Hey, the question is that I'm just starting out. I've got a junker truck. Should I spend the money? I'm working out of my garage. I'm just getting started. Should I spend the money to go out and buy a used truck, but I'm going to have to get a note on this used truck? I'd really recommend that what you do is you use the truck you've got. If the truck you've got's a beater, maybe it doesn't look great, but it'll get you around and you can at least get started, and it's not going to break down on you, and hopefully it's not going to leak oil all over the concrete in front of your client's property. If you can just get by for a little while, I'd use what you've got. I really would. That way you can stay out of debt. That way you can figure this thing out. You're just getting started, so let's figure out this business first. And then once you start getting a little cash, you can go out and get a little bit better truck. But even then, let's try to stay out of debt as much as you can. This is my take on it. This is what I'd want to do. I want to stay out of debt as much as I can. In fact, our first lawn care truck was a beater as well. It wasn't a very expensive. We bought it used, but for a couple grand. It was an old Dodge truck. It was white. It was, it's clean enough, but it was an old $2,000 truck. And we got started with that. And then I bought a $4,000 F-150. I think it was a 1993 F-150. Older truck. It ran good, but it was an older truck. It was clean. It was white. That's where we started. I kept the cost down. That's what I'd recommend you do. You can get paint jobs for trucks at, I don't know if you have Mako where you're at, but you can get paint jobs for trucks for really cheap. So it's not hard to freshen up the outside of a truck for $400 or $500. And it doesn't have to be a great paint job. And so don't go run up a bunch of debt. Trucks just get beat up anyhow. So just get started. When you're starting, it's all about just proving you can do this and proving to yourself that you like doing it, and figuring out the market you want to serve. It's all about just making a little bit of money that you reinvest so you can make a little bit more money and take some of that and reinvest. So start out cheap. As long as you can get to the job and you're not going to leave oil on their concrete, go with what you got. Honestly, it's nice to have a good truck. It is important, but it's not going to lead to your failure if you don't have a great truck from day one. I see more guys fail because they go out and buy a bunch of fancy equipment, a fancy truck and trailer, and then things don't go so well and they can't pay for it all. I see more guys failing for that reason than I do guys that bought an ugly truck that a client opens their door one day and says, "Oh my gosh, that's an ugly truck. I can't believe we hired you." Look, if you pull up in an ugly truck and their lawn looks great, you're golden. You're good. So don't worry about the truck too much. Use what you got, save some cash, then go make an improvement. And the improvement you make, hopefully it's still going to be cheap. Spend $400 and get a cheap paint job put on it just to freshen it up. Then you're ready to make more money and reinvest. So do it that way. That way, if you discover you hate this business, you didn't get yourself in debt. If you discover that for whatever reason you don't want to be in it, you're not in debt, and you are better off spending your money on equipment that's efficient so you can get the jobs done fast, so you can do more jobs, and then go back and reinvest in your truck. Priority number one, get a reliable truck so that you're not breaking down, you're not missing appointments, and then who cares what the body looks like? Just put a quick paint job on it. Keep your costs down. Good luck.